Quick Dick McDick coming to you from the fields of Tufnell, Saskatchewan here tonight. And you know what? I've been a little busy here the last week, and I just haven't had a chance to get a big extravagant production together for all you folks. So I'm adding a new segment to the Quick Dick channel, and it is going to be called Tractor Talk. And there's rules for Tractor Talk. Rule number 1 is all Tractor Talk must occur inside the tractor. Rule number 2 is that I can swear. And rule number 3 is that we must discuss an unpopular opinion. This episode of Tractor Talk, we will be talking about Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, and the unpopular opinion will be, who fucking cares? Hey, don't get me wrong, like 70 years is a pretty big accomplishment doing anything, but I mean, are we really gonna pump the tires of the Queen because she's been at it for 70 years? I don't really think that sounds like the toughest job. Like, yeah, sure, I know you go and do speeches and do a whole bunch of public appearances and everything, but I mean, the extent of most of the work you do is this. Now, I'm sure that waving can be a real bastard at the age of 96 sometimes, but I mean, really, you've got servants that wait on you night and day, probably never washed a dirty pair of gits in your entire life, and I mean, have you ever really had to go cook a meal for yourself? And what's with this God Save the Queen? I don't get it. I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Twos because he beat me to it, but it's definitely on my mind. It's just, what are we saving the Queen from? I don't get it. What is the existential threat that we have to save her from? Like, the clock? Unless we need to save her from anywhere that she has her picture, in which case would be a Canadian $20 bill, and Justin Trudeau's destroying that pretty fast, so if she goes with the $20 bill, we better save the Queen. And if we're trying to save the Queen, I mean, God's a good option, but I mean, first of all, I would talk to her security detail, and second of all, I'd have a couple of doctors on standby. Okay, what about the rest of this royal family? Like, what's their purpose? Now, aside from one of them being a really hot lawyer on Suits, and then both of them giving Oprah a little bit of airtime, I'm not sure what these two do. And then there's these two that are just raising a couple of more spoiled little bastards for the world to have. And then there's this Prince Charles guy, apparently, who's going to be king once Queenie ain't around anymore, but he's getting on to 73. Like, what's the rule here? Do you have to be nearly a dinosaur before you're allowed to be some kind of a ruler? Is that what they do? Do they rule? What's the last thing this Prince Charles guy did? He came to Canada in a jet to talk about climate change and how we need to pollute less. Like, is this guy related to Justin Trudeau somehow? And did you know when those guys come here, they actually bring their own bottled water from England because the stuff in Canada is not good enough for them? Huh? If you're bringing your water in, I hope you're taking your piss back home with you. But people go crazy over these people. They line up out in the streets and they cheer and they rejoice. And you realize you're the peasants in that situation? You're telling me all this nonsense is worth a couple $100 million a year? Not to this guy. This has been Tractor Talk.